Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's weather is a little bit better. We're not expecting rain, but it's very cloudy as you can see. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain, but we've not got a lot to do, so hopefully we're going to get this done fairly reasonable amount of time. So the main focus today is to get the last bits of brickwork done on the main house, and there's also one course to do on the shed part and a lintel to put there. The other lintel and steel above the bifold will be done later when we're ready to start the roof. We need to order that in, but we're going to get all the brickwork ready for them to fit in place. Okay, so yeah, let's crack on. Hi guys, this is just a quick interlude. I'm going to try something different because I think this might be helpful and might be an easier way to sort of answer questions, and then also everybody gets to see the answer. So a lot of times on the videos there's lots of questions about something that we did in the job or something that we might have used. I'm going to try and sort of add the answer to these questions in the videos or the following video as much as I can. I won't be able to answer every question, but I'm going to be trying it, and I might try to answer like maybe 3 or 4 questions in this video from yesterday's video, and hopefully that will help people to sort of learn, and more people will see the answers instead of me just answering directly to one person. So make sure you look out for the next video if you want to look for the answer to your questions. So the first question I'm going to quickly answer is from Joel Principal. He says, it's amazing to see the speed of how the blocks are going up despite the weather. Darren, I noticed you used concrete blocks on the outside and thermalite blocks on the inside. Can you use thermalite blocks on the outside and render it afterwards? So the long and short of it is, yes, you can use the thermalites on the inside and the outside walls. They are designed for interior and exterior use. You can render them with sand and cement. You can render them with K-Ren, just the same way that you would render the the concrete blocks. So the main reason why I use the concrete blocks on the outside is for a couple of reasons. One, they are sort of stronger as far as impact resistance. Obviously, if you've used the thermalites before, you could drop one and it could break in half. But their compressive strengths are the same. So these blocks that we use are 3.6 Newton meters. So that's sort of the if you imagine the weight pressing down on the blocks. So you can build just as high with them as you could with the concrete blocks. So there's no problems with that. The only thing is that with the sort of thermalites or the lightweight aerated blocks, they can sometimes crack vertically. So they have a tendency sometimes to crack vertically. Because of that, I tend to not want to use them on the outside to render, just in case. Obviously, if you are going to render it, I would suggest using meshes in the render, like how we do the K-Rens, and that would sort of minimize the chances of that happening. The only good thing about them, if you did use them on the outside and the inside, your thermal properties would be a bit better because they have better insulated properties than the concrete blocks. So well, that's really why we use it. So I mean, I would love to use them on the outside. It's so much easier to lay, it's so much lighter to work with. They don't kill your wrists and your arms lifting these heavy concrete blocks. But the answer is you can use them for interior and exterior walls. Gigi asks, how do you decide on the spacing of the wall ties, and how come you're not using the other insulation with foil here, please? The main reason we're not using the foil insulation, to be honest, you can use any type. They have very similar insulating properties or thermal values. What you can get away with when you're using the foil back or the rigid plaster is you can use thinner plasterboards to get the same thinner insulation sheet slabs to get the same U values. So they are easier or more easier to work with when you can work all the way around the house, i.e. you can sort of do your internal walls and then fit them, put the clips on, and then do your external walls, because when you're fitting them, you should fit them tight up to the internal wall. Now when you're doing the external wall first, it's very hard to fit them in while you're doing the inside walls, so it's almost impossible to do them and get the clips in and get them, and obviously you can't tape them up and tape up the joints and stuff like that, so you're more likely to sort of get gaps and stuff. It's much better, and I think makes much more sense when you're doing do external walls first, that you use full fill cavity, which is what we're using in this video, and then you can just sort of put it in nice and tight inside. So I know we've seen us do the foil back sometimes, but to be honest, it makes more sense, and I'll probably do it more when we're building these sort of garden houses like that, because as I said, if you get the thicknesses, it is a thicker, but we fill the full cavity. So instead of using the thinner foil back ones that have an air gap sort of, or an extra gap, use the cavity ones which is thicker, and you fill the whole thing, and I think it's probably a better idea. So that's the reason why. Nothing specific really besides that. Someone was mentioning about price. At the moment, there is very little difference in the price. They're almost identical per square meter of whether you use a cavity fill or the right size cavity fill, or compared to the insulations foil back slabs. So someone has answered this question in the comment section, but I just wanted to just share their answer, just in case anybody else wanted to know it. So they were pretty much spot on. With the wall ties, you will space them sort of what is it, 450 millimeters vertically from the ground. So say you start in your first course, if you're using the concrete blocks that we use, that typically means 2 blocks. So from your DPC, I tend to put one at DPC level, because they're there to sort of support the insulation at the bottom. And then on top of your second course of blocks, you would put one, then you would put one on top of your 4th course, and then in your 6th course and in your 8th course. So every 2 courses up of blocks, that also is equivalent to 6 courses of brickwork. So every 6 bricks or every 2 blocks, and that's vertically. Now horizontally, you go about 900 millimeters, and these are minimums as well. You can put much more if you want, the more the better, to be honest, but typically it's 900 millimeters apart vertically. And also, yes, it's a very good idea to stagger them out just to give that more strength. When you're doing around doorways, so sort of like the sides of your doors, your reveals and your windows, you should put them every block instead of every 2 blocks, because this is obviously a weaker area. So every block or every 3 bricks within your window and door reveals. Hi guys, we are done for the day. So yes, it's just starting to drizzle now, but it's been a good day as far as the weather's concerned. It's been great skies, but we've not had any rain at all, so it's really allowed us to get this work done. So we managed to finish, all our block work is finished. I'm really happy about that. So let's quickly run through it. All right guys, so I'm inside the shed at the moment. You can see we've got a concrete lintel there. We have 1 row of block of bricks on top of the block work here. So the plan with this, or my design, what I've come up with anyway, is the roof in here is going to be slightly lower than the roof on the main house. So it's going to be sort of a little stepped roof, and they are also going to flow sort of different ways. So this one is going to flow from right to left,
and the gutters is going to be on the front here, and the main house is going to go from back to front, and they're going to meet up in the gutters in the corner, on the outside corner there. So that's that. So show you the main area. You can't see the top row that we've done, obviously, because we've covered it up, because we're not going to be here probably for a little while. We've got the steel to wait for and all that, so we don't know what it's going to be like. So we've covered this all up with plastic, screwed it down, put some weights on it and stuff like that. Hopefully that should hold it unless we get too much crazy wind. But we are basically done. We've just left a space where I've got to put a pad there, and then that's for the concrete, the steel to sit on. Otherwise, this is it, done. Done a quick little clean out, swept out and all that. See, it's quite a big space now. And yeah, we'll put the cavity lintel in there as well at the same time when we put the steel one in. And that's pretty much it. Good to go. And we are ready to go.
So that's it, guys. As we said, hope you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Let us know what you think. Please comment, like, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, again, a lot of people view the videos and they're not actually subscribed. We'd love if you could check to see if you're subscribed. You might not even know. And please subscribe. We're going to try and see if we can hit 100,000 subscribers this year. Why not? I'm sure we can do that. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care.